Oh my god, hi. Dang, was that brothers you were? Hello, and welcome to the brand new and revamped day 1 of Bajo Las Rosas. This is a Yandere dating sim in which you have just moved to a new neighborhood and an incident causes you to pass out. But when you wake up, there is a stranger named Rin in your house. Hopefully he's not all bad, and he's actually as nice as he makes himself out to be, because strange things seem to have followed you in this town, and it almost seems like you might need all the help that you can get. Let's get started. I love the original demo and I'm so excited to play this because this is so much bigger than the original. Alright, let's go. Those who are not willing to die for love are not yet ready to love. Day 1. Jam of Desire. I never want to feel that again. That things change. That people drift away from me and take with them all the love I struggle so hard to earn. Damn it. Why does everyone have to be so jealous? Why is it so hard for them to share love? It's not like it's gonna run out. Idiots. I clench my fist and exhale slowly, trying to calm the fire in my head. Getting angry won't help. Not now. What matters is what I've learned. If love is something that can be taken away, then I must protect it. That's why, when I found a place I could call my own, I held onto it with all my strength, like it was the last drop of water in the world. I filled it with life and meaning, and that's why I loved my home. Not just for the happy memories I built there, but because it seemed to wrap me in a hug every time I crossed the door. Every corner had something special, but no matter how much I loved it, no matter how much I wanted to stay forever, no matter how much I told it day after day how much I cared, it was never enough. Funny, isn't it? In stories they always say, happily ever after, but no one tells you that forever is actually very short. Well, it doesn't matter anymore. What matters is that I carried it with me, because no matter where I go, my home has always lived here, and that means I can build something, and that means I can build something just as beautiful, or even better. 2 weeks have passed since I moved. 2 weeks, and I still haven't finished organizing everything. The space is smaller than I'm used to, and every time I try to put things in order, I end up sitting and watching videos for hours. That is such a mood. Let's see. I kneel in front of one of the bigger boxes, big enough to fit someone inside, and rummage through it for the umpteenth time. Kitchen. God, where the hell did I put them? I've been eating with plastic cutlery since I got here. Because I don't remember where I packed the real ones. What a mess. I lift my gaze to see the chaos around me. Among the stacked boxes, a yellow envelope stands out on one of them. Shit, the apartment papers. The ones I was supposed to hand in about 3 days ago. I hurry to grab it, take out the document and start checking the boxes, looking for the ones I still need to fill out. What's your name? Yinny. What are your pronouns? She, her. I put it back and leave it on the table, making sure not to forget it again. My eyes can scan the place. Although the apartment itself is nice, seeing it empty gives me a strange feeling. My gaze stops at a massive sliding door in the corner. Who would have thought? An apartment with a garden. I didn't even know they existed. I always thought apartments were designed to squeeze every last inch of space, like we were sardines in a tiny can. Damn it, that scared me. My neighbor's testing how many hammer blows it takes to break the floor. No, I definitely would have preferred getting a house, but I didn't have the time. And houses are expensive. I walk towards a sliding door, dodging the mess on the floor. The garden waits on the other side, though for now it just seems like an empty space. Lifeless. Except for them. In a huge plastic bucket right in the middle, my roses rest. The first thing I did when I arrived was take them out of the box, remove the wrappings and put them in water. I haven't had time to replant them yet, but I couldn't let them suffocate between cardboard and tape. I approach, and just seeing them makes my chest feel lighter. So beautiful and perfect. I could almost get drunk just by looking at them. Those roses mean the world to me. But then, something isn't right. A sour, barely noticeable smell hits my nose. I feel my body tense and my skin prickle. I carefully move a few roses aside until I reach the back, and I see it. No! A completely rotted rose. No. I start pulling off the damaged petals. One, another. But the more I try to save it, the more it seems to decay before my eyes, as if it were trying to escape from me desperately. Finally, only the bare stem remains in my hand. My breath catches. Tears fall before I even realize it. You can't leave. You can't! You loved me! You love me! I grab the stem so hard the thorns dig into my skin, but I don't let go. This is very interesting, because it's nice to see how many of the sentences have been expanded to give a bit more lore about how the MC is. I don't care about the pain. I can't let go. I must not let go. I stand up abruptly, still holding the stem in my hands. A buzzing rumbles in my head, making me lose balance and almost fall. The room pulses. Is it laughing? Why is it laughing at me? No, this can't be happening. My vision blurs. My jaw shakes violently as if it might collapse any moment. I feel like I can't breathe. This isn't my fault. I took care of you. I protected you. I did everything right so you'd stay with me forever. You can't do this to me. You can't pay me back like this after everything I did for you. The pressure in my chest is unbearable. A thick red haze clouds my thoughts and the air grows heavy. Damn buzzing is piercing my ears. I walk desperately around the room, knocking everything over in my path and crash into the wall. I grab it with my bloodied hands and... Did I just knock myself out? Oh no. A metallic smell fills the place. I feel a deep pain devouring me from the inside. It's like something thick and sticky is tangling in my insides, dragging me down deeper and deeper, as if it's trying to bury me alive. Buried? Alive? I hope it never happened. Oh, what is that? Slowly, a gentle scent drifts through the air, wrapping me in warmth. Sweet but not cloying. Somehow, it feels familiar. I frown, trying to identify it. It reminds me of something. Something warm and joyful. I open my eyes with difficulty. I lift a hand to my forehead and blink several times, trying to clear my thoughts. What the hell happened? I look around. I recognize the bed, the walls, and the small table by the window. It's my room, but something doesn't fit. I didn't leave everything so... tidy. The curtains are in place and slightly open. Just enough for light to come in, but not enough to hit my face. The furniture which had been piled near the door is now perfectly aligned. The decorations I had left scattered on the floor are in their place. Everything is organized exactly like my old room. I don't remember going to sleep here. My gaze scans the place. The amount of light coming through the curtains is like day? But the last time I was conscious it was early at night. Oh no, how long did I sleep? I try to sit up, but my body doesn't respond and gravity pushes me back against the mattress. Damn it. Everything hurts. I bring a trembling hand to my forehead and notice something strange. A cold cloth against my skin. A gauze? I look at my other hand. It is also bandaged with precise care. And this. Then I hear it. A sudden noise on the other side of the door, like someone is walking back and forth. Wait, someone? In my apartment? How the hell did someone get in? Is that why everything looks so organized? My mind blanks for a second. Everything's organized. Get up or stay in bed? We'll get up first, I think. With superhuman effort, I managed to get out of bed. I creep to the door and press my ear against the cold wood. Silence. I slowly open the door, praying my bad luck doesn't catch up with me and make it creak. Everything is in order. Okay, not gonna lie, I'm gonna be so happy if like a hot neighbor rescued me from the floor and then also unpacked my entire apartment. Now, how does he know where everything's supposed to go? Suddenly, I hear footsteps coming from behind me. I'll show him when he comes behind me. I mean, what? Oh no! This is the end! I spin around, fists raised, ready to face my fate. Because if they're gonna kill me, at least I want it to be face to face. Face to face with death is a pretty brave way to go. Remember I said, get ready, lunatic! My legs almost give out. I stumble back a step, my heart pounding in my chest, just like how he's gonna be pounding me later, hopefully. My eyes meet a pair that look bloodshot. A chill runs down my spine. He's tall, with incredibly pale skin, white hair like snow streaked with red and black. His lips are unnaturally vivid. He looks like a porcelain doll. So unreal. For a second, I notice him shiver, like my presence startled him. His right hand trembles slightly, then he clenches it tight. Well, good morning, Sleeping Beauty. Did you get enough rest, or not quite? I blink. What the? Doesn't he have a knife? A gun? Isn't he here to kill me? But he doesn't look like a thief either. A lunatic? A runaway psychiatric patient? Oh, why the hell does he look so calm? Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. What a relief. You really had me worried. His voice is soft and calm, with a serenity that completely throws me off. How the hell can he sound like that after breaking into my apartment? I feel panic rising and my face even feels pale. My eyes scan his tall frame. There has to be something. A hidden knife, a twisted grin, a threatening stance. Something. Anything. Hello? Nothing. He's just standing there. I don't get it. I want to run out of here, but my legs won't move. I feel like my heart is about to burst out of my chest. Come on, Yinny. Move. Do something. I step back quickly and feel the table brush against my back. Carefully I touch it and there it is. The biggest, heaviest vase I own. What if I throw it at him? What sound would it make if I smashed it against him? Alright, something is definitely telling me that I'm not okay. What would his face look like right before? How many pieces would his head break into? No. What the hell am I thinking? I take a deep breath and swallow hard, but it feels like I swallowed a jagged rock. What? Who are you? What are you doing in my apartment? How did you get in? Without taking my eyes off him, I fumble around with my other hand. Anything. Something that won't make me feel so defenseless. My hand hits something. Pointy. I grab it tight and aim it straight at him. Are you kidding me? A plastic fork. Just what I needed. Can this day get worse? I squeeze the fork with all my strength, trying not to let him see my hand shaking. Not like I have many other options. But to my surprise, the guy doesn't react at all. No step back, no sudden move. He just lowers his eyes to my weapon. Were you planning to stab me or invite me to dinner? What? Got a spoon hidden up your sleeve too? Oh god, you're the second creature in the world with the least survival instinct I've ever seen. I don't know if I should feel offended or completely humiliated. How can you even get your dignity back after this? I wish the ground would just split open and swallow me whole right now. Oh, really sorry. Honestly, I had a couple more normal ways in mind to explain myself, I swear. But this was so much more entertaining. You exceeded my expectations by far. The boy stares at me for a moment, then he tenses slightly. Like he notices something and takes a small step back. Maybe he just realizes my nerves are about to explode. Hey, it's okay. I'm not gonna hurt you. In fact, with that fork, I think, I'm the one who should be scared. Cut the jokes. You're not answering my questions. Who are you and how did you get in here? Whoa, alright, try to breathe a little. I get that this must feel weird for you. Really weird. And I promise I can explain everything, okay? Just first, are you alright? He reaches his hand towards my forehead, but stops halfway and just points. You took a pretty good hit, you know that? Suddenly I feel the stinging in my hands and the pressure on my head. I remember the bandages wrapped around my hands and the piece of gauze on my forehead. You? You're in really bad shape when I found you. And to be honest, I didn't think you'd wake up so soon. I stay silent, trying to process. So he was the one who bandaged me. Sorry, I know it's a lot to take in at once. But seriously, how do you feel? Headache? Dizzy? Want me to check your bandages? I'm fine, I think. I say it more out of instinct than certainty. My body still feels heavy, but I don't want to give him any more reasons to stay. You sure? His reddish eyes scan my face closely, like he's trying to catch any sign that I'm lying. I live in the building opposite from yours. I was passing by when I heard a loud crash. I won't lie, at first I didn't really care, but then I smelled blood coming from here. I knocked to see if everything was okay, but no one answered, then the door opened on its own. And there you are. He points to the floor near the couch. Very decorative, by the way. Once he makes sure I look where he's pointing, he crosses his arms. Believe me, breaking into people's homes isn't exactly my favorite hobby. And if it were, I'd probably pick a cleaner place. I frown. Did I really leave the door open? I mean, it's not that unlikely. With how distracted I am, I wouldn't be surprised if I also left the stove on. I shake my head. Focus, Yandere. That still doesn't explain why you decided to stay. Are you serious? Call me weird, but when I see someone lying on the floor bleeding and unconscious, I usually think maybe they need help. Just maybe. But hey, if you prefer, next time I can just leave you there and move on with my life. I hate to admit, but he definitely has a point. Although, if you really prefer, I can make up a more exciting story. Something with secret agents, hidden codes, or a sick obsession with you. The classic. Is that really make-believe? I lower my eyes to my hand still holding the fork. I start to feel a little guilty. He helped me and I'm just attacking him. I sigh and finally drop the plastic fork back on the table. Alright, I believe you. I look around curiously. Why is everything so tidy? I didn't leave it like this. The boy tenses for a moment then just shrugs. While I waited for you to wake up, I picked up one thing, then another. And before I knew it, I was taking out your trash. It's an instinct. Sorry. His tone grows a bit timid, and he also starts looking around like he's not fully aware of how much he cleaned. He shakes his head and regains his composure. But admit it, this place really needs some fixing up. It really looked more like a battlefield than an apartment. Hey, I just moved in. Well, 2 weeks ago, but still. Come on. I frown. Well, I have to admit I'm grateful for that. Not every day someone breaks in and organizes your apartment. But suddenly my thoughts freeze, and I start looking around anxiously. Hey, where are my roses? Your roses? Yeah, I had a beautiful bouquet of red roses. They were... I quickly look at the spot on the floor where I left them last night, but they're gone. My chest tightens. I look at the boy with desperate pleading. I'm definitely about to faint again. Yeah, he points towards the kitchen door. You left them scattered everywhere, but surprisingly, they were in pretty good shape. A few leaves missing though. He pauses for a moment like he's about to say something else, but instead he just sighs and continues. I gather them and put them in water. Don't worry about that. I let out a breath, feeling my heartbeat return to normal. Still, I feel a slight discomfort knowing that someone else touched something so important to me. But I'm grateful that at least most of them are safe. They're very precious. Did you grow them by yourself? Yeah, I love roses. Not completely true. Well, not 100%. Love isn't enough. It's a tiny, insignificant word for what I feel for them. Saying only that is like looking at a star and calling it pretty. It doesn't do it justice. Just saying I love them falls way too short. But obviously, I'm not going to tell my life story about roses to a complete stranger. So I just look away. I see. The boy looks at the glass door to the garden and stays silent for a few seconds. I guess that's why you chose this one then. This one? This apartment. I mean, it's not a place or anything, but it has a garden. Ground floor apartments with green space are pretty expensive, you must know that. And everyone spends that much just to watch something bloom. I guess that's why most of the apartments on this floor are empty. You're lucky after all, kid. I guess I just couldn't let my roses die. You know, not everyone has the patience to care for something so fragile. It takes more than just liking them. You got talent. Oh, I feel a faint heat rising to my cheeks and quickly turn my eyes away from his. He is so sweet. I do like the extra dialogue. I feel like he comes across much sweeter. I guess. I try to sound indifferent, but clearly that's not my strong suit. Before he can answer, I hurry to change the subject. Do you want something to drink? I mean, I don't have much, but there's water and some sodas. I walk towards the kitchen, passing close by him. No need. Don't bother with that. Better let me make you something to eat. You must be hungry. How do you know that? Are you seriously asking me that? He takes a step towards me, keeping a safe distance. Hello. You've been sleeping since early last night. At least, I don't know, more than 15 hours? At this rate, you'll faint before noon. He leans in slightly, just enough to see my face more clearly. Besides, ever since you woke up, you've been looking paler and paler. Thanks. I could almost call you Casper. Hey! But don't worry. I'm not about to let you starve. I'm not that cruel. It's not that bad. I'm fine. He doesn't reply. He just stares at my face for a few seconds in silence. It's a little uncomfortable, to be honest. Although his steady gaze also lets me study his face more closely. I hadn't thought about it before. But if it's already daytime, that means he looked after me all night. And yet, he doesn't look tired at all. Though, maybe that's just thanks to his flawless reddish makeup. Without another word, he moves away and heads to the fridge. I do love his eyes. So much. They are very pretty. Sure. Then I'll take care of it. Take care of what? Making sure you eat. Look, if you don't eat, you'll get worse. And if you get worse, I'll worry. And if I worry, tough luck for you. I'm not leaving. Though honestly, I wouldn't mind looking after you again. I'd just rather not have to clean up blood again. I roll my eyes while he opens the fridge and quickly checks inside. Wait. You don't have to do this. Seriously, I'm fine. You know, it's not about having to. I'm doing it because I want to. And I won't stop until I've seen you eat something decent. He's so sweet. So, what do you like to eat? You? And don't you dare say nothing, because I won't accept that answer. And what if I say anything's fine? Fine, suit yourself. I'll make whatever I want. Great. I basically just signed a contract without reading the fine print. I sigh, but I don't argue anymore. With nothing else to do, I lean against one of the counters and watch him in silence. Meanwhile, the boy moves around the kitchen with impressive skill and speed. It's like watching a live cooking show, just without the hysterical crowd screaming. Every knife cut is precise. And the way he sautés the ingredients is flawless. I want to ask if I can help, but at his pace, I definitely just get in the way. My god, this boy cleans and cooks and knows some first aid. I wonder if he can fly too. And me, I burn water when I try to cook. Wait, hey! The boy pauses for a moment and turns his head slightly. I just realized I don't even know your name. And you only notice that now? Well, with everything that happened. Questionable. I guess in your oh so peculiar case I can make an exception. Rin. My name's Rin. And this is the part where you tell me your name, sweetheart. Or you just keep calling me sweetheart. Or do you prefer I keep calling you Casper? No. I already have a name. It's Yinny. Oh, he's so cute. Look at him. Yinny. Sounds nice. Suits you. Wait, I never noticed a tongue piercing. Hello? Really? Yeah. You definitely got a Yinny face. What's that supposed to mean? Yeah. Nothing specific, really. Just, I once heard it used for a kitten. Just as grumpy. Hey. What? What do you mean just as? Do I look grumpy? I was joking. Sorry, just messing with you. But, oh god, you have to admit you really are fun. I cross my arms, puffing my cheeks a little. It really seems like everything amuses him. And apparently in that everything I'm included too. Was that real indignation, or are you trying to imitate a grumpy cat? I don't have to answer that. Well, touché. Point for Yinny. He laughs again, clearly entertained by my indignation, before turning his attention back to the kitchen. After a few minutes, the smell of hot food fills the place. It really smells good. Rin turns around and sets a plate of food on the table. That looks so cute. It's so cute. I lean closer to the plate, staring at every little detail in awe. Besides smelling amazing, it looks adorable. It would honestly be a crime to eat it. Where'd you learn to make this? Here and there. Let's just say I had demanding clients. If the food wasn't shaped like an animal, they wouldn't eat it. And of course, as soon as you put a little rice bunny on the plate, they'd forget about eating and stop playing with the food. I get scolded for it, but honestly, I didn't care. Seeing them that happy was worth it. So you work for kids? Yeah, something like that. He doesn't meet my eyes, but it's clear that he doesn't want to talk about it. I don't want to make him uncomfortable either, so I focus on tasting the food. I take a bite. And as soon as the flavor spreads across my palate, my eyes widen in amazement. This is amazing! The fluffy texture of the rice contrasted perfectly with the softness of the vegetables. There's a balance between sweet and salty, and the touch of spice that gives it a comforting, somehow familiar taste. It's warm. Homemade and full of something I can't describe, but it feels like a hug in the form of food. Rin laughs at my exaggerated reaction, and then leans against the counter, arms crossed, watching me as I keep enjoying the meal. For a few minutes, everything feels calm. The atmosphere is incredibly comfortable, almost familiar, like we've known each other longer than we actually have. See? I told you feel better after eating. Maybe, Maybe. You're breaking my heart. What a difficult guest you are. I'll just have to try harder next time to impress the critic. I shake my head. There's something in the way he talks that makes it impossible to take him seriously. Hey, it's not that it bothers me. I mean, I really appreciate it, but why did you do all this? Staying all night, tidying my apartment, cooking for me. That's not something anyone would do for a stranger. And like that, he sounds like the perfect husband. A very dedicated one too. You could have left a long time ago. And I don't think anyone does that kind of thing for free. Rin tilts his head, as if considering the question more seriously than I expected. I don't really know. I mean, there's no big reason behind it. What do you mean there's no reason? That's not normal. You don't just break into people's homes, cook and take care of them for no reason. Nobody does that. I see Rin smile softly, like somehow my reaction revealed something about me and he found it endearing. Then I guess I'm not someone normal, Edie. You know, we all need help sometimes. Someone to take care of us, even just a little. No matter how much some pretend to be tough, no one came into this world alone. We all arrived with help. But if someone insists on carrying everything alone, sooner or later, that same loneliness crushes them. Or in your peculiar case, ends up fainting in your apartment. I don't want anything in return, really. And I'm not looking for recognition either. That's the last thing I care about. It's enough for me to know that you're okay now and smiling. To be honest, you have a beautiful smile. Oh, thanks. I enjoy spending time with someone like you. Someone like me? What am I like? Someone like me? Yep, you're simple. What? Hey! Hey! Me and the MC just saying the same things. In a good way. I stare at him in silence. It's strange because he doesn't seem to be lying, but also because the answer feels familiar to me. Rin notices my expression and lets out a small laugh. What's wrong? Did I move you so much you fell in love with me just now? Shut up! I cross my arms, pretending his teasing doesn't get to me. Are you always this annoying? It depends. I'm only like this with people I like. Rin throws me an amused look. He glances at the small clock on one of the walls and starts adjusting the sleeves of his jacket. Alright, I'll let you finish your food in peace. Huh? You're leaving? Yep. Why? I'm a busy man, you know? The same man who spent almost an entire day squatting in my apartment. Yeah, I'm sure you're real busy, Mr. Rin. You'd be surprised at everything I can do in just one day. His gaze softens. I promised a friend I'd help with some things, and if I don't go, he'll probably be mad at me for a week. Rin lets out a small laugh, like he's remembering something. He walks to the door, opens it, and just before leaving, he turns back. You know, despite how all this went, I'm really glad I met you. You're very cute and fun. We should hang out again soon and maybe hold hands. He thinks I'm cute. I feel a faint warmth rise to my cheeks. Get some rest and please, don't go fainting again without warning. You can't exactly warn someone about that, idiot. Come on, with that brilliant mind of yours, I'm sure you can figure out how. With a teasing smile and a quick wink, Rin disappears down the hallway. The apartment falls silent, but for some reason it doesn't feel quite so empty anymore. If you ask someone what's the first thing that comes to mind when they hear the word love, they'll probably say something like hearts or butterflies, rings, the color red, roses. That's normal, I guess. After all, since we were kids, we've been taught to see it that way. We've seen it in movies and books and songs. And it's not wrong. In a way, it's comforting to think that love looks that beautiful, that it can even feel tangible. But there are also people who answer with their favorite food. Some 80s rock band, their pet, or someone's name, the person they love more than anything in the world. My face and clothes are completely covered in dirt and mud. At least it's a feeling I've grown used to. With one last look, I make sure all my roses are properly planted. It's not that they're different. They're the same ones. I brought them with me, roots and all. But here, they look more faded. I've never seen them like this before. I know. I miss our home too. But I promise, we only moved for your sake. Maybe with some fertilizer they'll perk up. Though it might take me a while to get it. I'm sorry. At that moment, last night's incident crosses my mind. I still feel incredibly sad about my poor Rose. But I don't want to cry anymore. And I know no matter how hard I try, there's nothing left to save. There is definitely something deeper here. The roses are an allegory for something. The silence in the garden feels heavier than usual. Someone's watching me. Without lifting my head, I scan my surroundings with my eyes. It isn't hard. A couple of floors up behind a window, a small silhouette peeks through some warm pink curtains. A child. When they notice my gaze, the shadow clumsily vanishes, slamming the curtains shut. What curious neighbors. I get up, carefully brushing the dirt from my clothes, making sure not to soil my bandages. Rin. I'm pretty sure I'd never heard that name before. It's one of my favorite names. How strange. Maybe I should have thanked him more properly for his help, but I'm not exactly good with words. Maybe I could buy him something. There's not much else to do, so after checking for the 100th time that everything in the garden is fine, I head back to my apartment to change. My thoughts go quiet. The only thing I can hear is the annoying ticking of the clock. I hate that sound. Time is just passing by, huh? I need to get out of here. The cold wind hits my nose and messes up my hair. It's getting late and the sun is already starting to set. But I was gonna lose my mind if I stayed there any longer. Besides, this might be a good chance to explore the area. I haven't really gone out much these past few days. I've been too focused on getting my apartment in order. But now that's really not an issue anymore thanks to my neighbor, so I guess I can take a look. The streets are mostly empty. Maybe because of the time, or maybe because it's a weekday. I'm not really going anywhere in particular. Honestly, I'm not even sure where I am. Maybe I should... Kai! I freeze. A woman's voice calls out loudly behind me. Hey, Kai! The voice. It sounds familiar. No way. I turn around, scanning the shadows between the trees, and then a female figure appears walking quickly towards me. Her hair sways in the wind. The poor lighting makes it hard to see her face. What the? Kai! Oh, she's so cute! Hi! She stops just a few steps in front of me, and I finally get a good look at her face, just as surprised as mine. That hair, that voice, those eyes. Leah? It can't be. What is she doing here? It really is you. It's really you, Kai. My name is Yandere. Leah, I'm sorry that even after all this time, you still can't seem to remember it. No, I didn't forget. I cut her off before she manages to say something that'll make me even more upset. Leah, this is getting weird. Look, don't take it the wrong way, but you're starting to make me really uncomfortable. And I hate to think my memory is as bad as yours. Or maybe you just have so many people in your life you can't even tell them apart anymore. No, it's not that, I swear it's not. I'm sorry, I really am. I think I got confused. Yandere, I'm sorry. You haven't changed at all, have you? I'm sorry. Oh, this is so ridiculous. I don't even know why I'm crying. I don't even know why. I'm sorry, I guess my body just moved on its own. It's so strange seeing you. What are you doing here? I moved nearby a few weeks ago. No, honestly, you were the last person I expected to run into, especially this far from your home. Thanks for the warm welcome. It seems you haven't changed much either. She looks away and doesn't say anything else. But honestly, I'm surprised she's not yelling or accusing me of anything. After all, things didn't exactly end well between us. Should I say something else? It's been so long since we talked. I don't know anything about her life these past few days. But what if I say the wrong thing? What if I upset her? We'll just end up shouting at each other like last time. I didn't think I'd see you again. Though I guess that's not necessarily a bad thing. Was that supposed to be a compliment? Because it sure didn't sound like one. Don't overthink it. Coming from you, that's actually more worrying. Oh, come on. If I wanted to hurt you, you'd already know. That sounds like something a potential criminal would say. Well, if I were a criminal, I'd at least have a better taste in victims. Though I won't pretend I didn't want to kill you a couple of times. Right back at you. Well, at least honesty's still alive between us. I let out a low sigh, turning my gaze away for a moment. Why are we talking? If you hate me so much? So, are you still mad at me? I don't know. Ah, classic. I'm sorry, but I'm not just gonna lie to make you feel better. I didn't expect you to. You never did, actually. I guess that hasn't changed either. She lowers her head a little, her expression hard to read. You know, it's not like I'm someone who dwells on the past or anything, but sometimes I wonder what things might have been like if they had turned out differently. If we had... No, forget it. It's stupid. If it sounds dumb in my head, I don't even want to imagine how it'll sound out loud. Anyway, what brought you here? Peace, I guess. And you? What are you doing around here? Internship at a small company. Once that's over, I can finally graduate. That sounds nice. Nice? That's all I get? I was expecting something a little more enthusiastic. Hey! Forgive me if I'm not exactly excited to see you. Like, wow, Leah, that's amazing. You're a genius. She throws her arms up in an exaggerated pose. You know I was never the type to boost your ego even more. Leah rolls her eyes, but then her gaze drops and she lets out a quiet sigh. Peace, huh? I never thought you and that old house would part ways. You loved it with everything you had. Things change. I hate that things change. What happened with my house? We both go silent, eyes turned away from each other. This is awkward. My gaze drifts towards the street, hoping for a distraction, and I see him. A silhouette among others. He doesn't seem particularly important at first. But then I notice how the few people around begin to look at him. Not casually. Their stares aren't of simple curiosity. More like a mix of surprise and discomfort. Why are they staring at him like that? I frown and squint, trying to get a better look at his face. The wind tugs at his clothes and hair. Every step he takes seems to draw attention, even though he's not doing anything at all. Then his face comes into view. Oh, Rin! Wait, Rin? It seems like he hasn't noticed me yet. Anyway, as I was saying, the internship's exhausting, but at least it's better than being locked up all day. I notice her fidgeting with one of her rings, spinning it between her fingers. Though of course, if my bosses had even a half-functioning brain cell, it might even feel like a dream job. What is he doing here? Is he just shopping? Or is he looking for someone? Can you believe they wanted an entire original collection done in less than 2 weeks? Rin lifts his gaze and our eyes meet. Then slowly his eyes slide over to Leah. I wonder if people think we're robots or something. Though I guess that would explain why they're still a small company and unlike some people. Her voice trails off as she notices my attention isn't on her. She frowns and follows my line of sight with her eyes. Her gaze locks with Rin's. How peculiar. Fashion really does change fast. Hard to believe black hair was just trending 2 months ago. Rin still doesn't move. Know him? He's my neighbor. Rin crosses the street. His expression is hard to read, but something tells me this isn't going to be a pleasant conversation. His voice comes out a little softer than usual. Yandere, what are you doing here? And what's it to you? Rin lowers his gaze to her slowly. With all due respect, sweetheart, I was talking to Yinny. Oh, how convenient. Do they ever stalk each other now, or are you just a special case? Hey, leave him alone. Oh, sorry. Did I interrupt your superiority monologue? My bad. Just sounded important. Oh, God. He heard her from over there? Why do I feel like this is going downhill fast? So charming. Are you always this delightful, or is this just your impress people mode? Look, I'm just passing by, that's all. Unless, of course, you were in the street and I somehow missed a sign. Really? Because with those eyes, I doubt you can see anything. Hey, leave him alone. Why are you so mean? Oh, no. I can see Rin taking a breath. For a second, I think he's gonna snap back with something even worse, but he doesn't. Funny, considering I see more than I like. Like how tightly you're clenching your hands, that twitch in your eye. And with how every second we keep this useless conversation going, your eyes are getting glossier and glossier. So maybe you should try breathing before your body starts paying the price for your temperament. Surprisingly, Leah doesn't fire back, but her body goes rigid, and her fingers tremble ever so slightly. She's furious. Oh no, this is so cute though. They stare at each other like two rabid dogs about to snap. Honestly, if I weren't standing here between them, I'm pretty sure they'd already be at each other's throats. To be fair, I'm not shocked. Leah's always been a bit guarded when it comes to meeting new people. And Rin, well, I only met him a few hours ago. I'm not sure I can say much about him yet. What am I supposed to do now? I'm gonna say I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here. Hey, guys? What? They both look at me at the same time, frowning. Great, now all the attention's on me. I should take the chance to change the subject. I clear my throat and glance at Leah. I think it's getting late. I should probably get going. So soon? Yeah, you know, the weather and all. I glance sideways at the sky, silently begging for some visible change to back up my excuse. Thankfully, the sky's on my side this time. It's getting darker than usual. Leah stays quiet for a moment then nods, though she doesn't look too convinced. Alright, if that's what you want. I feel a bit guilty, but I don't know what else to say. Then let's go, Yinny. You don't want to be stuck here when it rains. Leah shoots one last look of dislike at him. Rin doesn't seem to care in the slightest, and then she turns back to me. Okay, but, we can see each other again, right? Yeah, sure. I guess that's fine. Before I can even finish my sentence, Leah digs through her bag, pulls out a napkin and a pen and quickly scribbles something down. It's my number. You can text me anytime. I'll be around for a while, so... Oh, he did not like that. Look at his face. If you still feel like it, maybe we could grab coffee sometime. I stare at the napkin in her hand for a few seconds and decide to take it and just nod. Yeah. See you. I give her one last look before walking away with Rin. I can't help but feel her gaze burning into my back as we leave. After several steps, I can't ignore it anymore. Rin has been way too quiet since the whole thing with Leah. No, I think even before that. Yeah, something is definitely bothering him. I don't know. I know I don't really know him, but the way he acted earlier today feels completely different from the silence he's wrapped us in now. Did something happen to him? Hey, you don't have to walk with me if you don't want to. I'm not that lost. I think I can make it back to my apartment. Huh? No, don't worry about it. I was heading back anyway. Right, still, if you change your mind, are you okay? Rin? No response. What is going on with him? What do? I don't want to pry, but I can't just pretend everything's fine either. Come on, Yinny. Think. Hey, about earlier? Sorry. I shouldn't have spoken to your friend like that. Oh god, more options? What are you talking about? She's the one who started it. I should probably apologize for her, but knowing her, it wouldn't be sincere. Rin lets out a soft, almost soundless laugh, then shrugs. Still, it doesn't matter. Hey, Yinny, can I ask you something? Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Rin hesitates for a moment, looking away from me. That girl, Leah, is she someone important to you? His question catches me off guard. What exactly does he mean by important? I feel my cheeks warm slightly. I wasn't expecting something that direct. Wait, you don't have to answer if you don't want to. Sorry, that was too personal. It's fine. Don't worry. Leah, she used to be important to me. We were together for a while, and she was also my best friend. I see. Oh no. Oh no, but those are oh yes, because he's very pretty. He doesn't say anything else, and I decide not to either. We just kept walking in silence. Maybe I should have answered this question. Maybe I shouldn't have answered this question. The cold grows harsher, the wind blowing harder. I can feel it sneaking through my clothes, making me shiver. Are you cold? No, not really. Really? With all that shivering, you look like you're about to turn into jelly. Oh, fine. Maybe I am a little cold. Oh my god, hi. Dang, was that Sprockers you wear? Without another word, Rin takes off his jacket and hands it to me. Oh, what are you doing? I want you catching a cold. Besides, if it rains before we get here. Before we get there, it'll help you more than me. Come on, don't make that face, Yinny. You made me think no one's ever cared about you. Or is that true? Wow, that is just a freaking shot through the heart. His question takes me by surprise, just like how I hope he'll take me later. And my body tenses abruptly. No one's ever cared about me. No one ever has. Something twists inside me. Something hurts. Oh my god! Oh my god! I clench clenched my butt so hard I could have cracked a walnut. My vision warps like the world is tilting. Oh, I was not expecting that. There's not enough air. My legs give out and everything falls apart. But before I hit the ground, a pair of arms catch me awkwardly. Yinny! He holds me just in time. One arm around my back, the other gripping my arm. I feel a warm tremble between his breath and mine. What's wrong? His eyes scared me from head to toe, fast and full of concern. Something terrifying happened. I said no one's ever cared about me, and a memory of you popped into my mind, looking terrifying, asking me why I left you. Oh, that nearly made me shit my pants. Oh my god. Thank god it's not nighttime, otherwise I would have screamed. Oh my god, that gave me the heebie-jeebies. Good scare though. I'm fine. Just dizzy. Sorry. I try to steady myself, but my legs feel strange, like they've forgotten how to hold me up. Wait, take it slow. You should sit down for a bit. I'm fine. It was just dizziness. I want to keep going. I'll feel better at home. Rin stares at me in silence for a few seconds. Then he nods, though it's obvious he'd rather not. I take the jacket hesitantly, but as soon as I put it on, warmth wraps around me instantly. A relieved sigh escapes my lips. A soft fragrance surrounds me too. I adjust the sleeves. It's pretty big on me. Thanks. And to mention it. We walk in silence for a few minutes until we find a small roof by a vending machine. Just in time, the first drops start falling, tapping softly against the pavement. Rin slips some coins into the machine, and then after a few seconds, a can drops out. I catch it on reflex. No, lemon cider? I've never seen this soda before. The colors are too bright, the font mismatched. It looks like one of those forced attempts at being modern. Who approves these designs? What is it? Lemon lime. Try it. You might like it. It doesn't look great, but I can't hand it back. I've got no choice. Carefully, I pull the tab. With a sharp click, the gas hisses out, and after a hesitant pause, I take a small sip. No, it's actually really good. Rin chuckles under his breath and leans against the wall, holding his own unopened can. Be careful with that distrust. Or next time, the can might pull out a knife and mug you. Haha, very funny. We fall silent again. Only the rain hitting the pavement can be heard. How strange. I never stopped to really listen to the sound of rain before. I can hear the little gusts, the hurried footsteps of people running for cover, the occasional umbrella snapping open. I thought that would be the worst part of moving here. After all, this is the capital, a massive city. I thought everything would be unbearable. The noise, the lights, the rush, but honestly it doesn't feel bad. It's actually been pleasant. I glance at Rin out of the corner of my eye. He's focused, his gaze fixed on the raindrops falling in front of us. Was he hearing the same things I was? My eyes trace his features, stopping in his bright red eyes. Then a thought crosses my mind. Hey, when you arrived, I noticed something strange. Rin tilts his head, waiting for me to continue. People were staring at you. Not like when someone wears flashy clothes or has a weird hairstyle, it was different. They kept staring like, I don't know, like they were waiting for you to do something. It's not the first time. Happens all the time. Why? Rin opens his can and takes a sip before answering. Oh, he's so pretty, look at him. No idea. Guess I give off a bad vibe. No, you don't. Man, he really is, boobin'. Most people are really good at spotting what doesn't quite fit. What do you mean? He drums his fingers on the can for a moment like he's carefully choosing his words. If you're attractive or have a friendly face, people assume you're good, trustworthy, nice, smart, someone worth knowing. But if it's the opposite, something about you feels off. If you stand out too much, they automatically assume the worst. That you're trouble. That you're dangerous. That they'd rather cross the street than let you get too close. He says it with a kind of ease that leaves me speechless. It's like when you see someone who looks disheveled, and without meaning to, you step away. Not because they hurt you, just because you'd rather not wait for them to. It's not a choice, it just happens. In the end, it's easier to put people into little boxes than to try and understand them. It's not hard to understand where this is coming from. He doesn't exactly look like your average guy. Leah's words come back to me. Seriously, because with those eyes I doubt you can see anything. She said it like his eye color was a choice. Like he chose to have such pale skin, or hair as white as snow. And the way people looked at him. They weren't neutral, they were surprised, sure, but also discomfort, disgust. And all he was doing was walking, just like them, just like anyone. That's okay, Rin, I'll love you. They didn't look at me because I did anything. They looked because something about me sticks out too much. And not in a good way, because something in me makes people uncomfortable. And no one likes feeling uncomfortable. I get it, I guess. Some things are just unpleasant to look at. You're not unpleasant to look at, I think you're hot as hell. You never really get used to it, you just learn to live with it. Though funny enough, we all do it. Even you. Me? You did it just now with that soda can. I glanced at the can in my hand. What do you mean? At first you didn't trust it. It didn't look very appealing. And now? I shake the can slightly, hearing the fizz inside. I like it. Rin nods like he just proved a point. He looked at it, judged it, almost tossed it, all in a matter of seconds. I pressed my lips together. But it's not the same. It's not the same judging a drink as judging a person. Of course not, but the process, it's identical. We see something and without even noticing, we've decided whether it's worth our time. I stare at the can. What about you? Do you do it too? I guess I do. Everyone does. But me, I try to notice when I do it. Try not to let that first impression be the final one. Though in my case, maybe people aren't so wrong. He doesn't say it with sadness. He doesn't sound hurt, just resigned. And somehow that resignation makes me uneasy. I don't think there's anything wrong with how you look. I don't think there's anything wrong with how you look. His laughter catches me off guard. Did I say something weird? I can feel the heat rising to my cheeks. Sorry, I'm not laughing at you. Rin covers his mouth with his hand still wearing the smile I can't quite read. It just sounds so easy when you say it like that. But I mean it. Rin falls silent, lowering his gaze to his can, spinning it between his fingers. Without realizing it, I squeeze the can in my hand. He thinks I'm lying. Did you put me in a little box too? Do you also think I'm just like everyone else? You really are sharp. Rin takes one last sip from his can before tossing it, sinking it neatly into a distant trash bin. I bite my lip, frustrated. The way he says it so calm, like some inevitable law, makes my head burn. Well, I'm not letting you decide that for me. Oh yeah? What will you do? Give you a kiss? Break that damn box. Then go on, I dare you. Before I can respond, Rin bolts. Hey, wait, what are you doing? I take off after him, splashing water with every step. What, did you really think breaking it would be that easy? A laugh slips out and soon I'm laughing with him, dodging puddles and sliding around, cold water soaking up. The pounding rain mixes with our ragged breaths, the wind cuts into my lungs, and still there's something freeing about this run. It feels good. Alive. When I look at him, I'm left speechless. Rin smiles like I'd never seen before, so radiant he almost outshines the moon. His white hair clings to his forehead, droplets trailing down pale skin as his red makeup blurs around his eyes and streaks down his cheeks with the rain. And that laugh of his sounding different now. I'm hypnotized, staring at him, feeling something in my chest pounding louder than the storm. We stumble into the building, laughing and leaving a trail of water on the floor. My clothes cling cold to my skin, but somehow the laughter keeps me warm. Rin shakes his hair, splashing me on purpose. Hey! Oops, did I get you wet on? I mean, maybe I already was. I don't know if I could be any more. Have you seen yourself? Oh, don't worry, there wasn't much worth saving anyway. He says it while pulling a little orange leaf out of my hair. You got it in for me, don't you? I sure hope he does. Nothing personal, I just like seeing you like this. Oh, look at us throwing the jacket back. He's so cute. Heat floods my face, and without thinking, I hurl my jacket straight at his face. Rin bursts out laughing as the fabric covers him completely. Hey, you know this isn't over, right? I'd like to see you try. We keep walking down the hallway, dripping all the way, until we finally reach my door. I stop, turn the key while Rin leans against the doorframe. Wanna come in? You're soaked, you must be freezing. No, it's already late. Besides, I don't want to be the one to flood your floor. As if the mess you left behind didn't already say enough. Exactly why. He holds my gaze for a few seconds, crimson eyes that look like they could steal your soul. Rest well, Yandere. Good night. He turns and walks back the way we came until finally his silhouette fades down the hall. I step into my apartment. Rin's laughter still echoing in my head and close the door behind me. The silence hits me like a blow. Not uncomfortable, just strange after all the noise, the rain, and him. I drop the keys on the table and head towards the kitchen. The fridge light washes me in a cold glow as I open it. I grab the first thing I find, a crumpled half bag of cookies, and collapse onto a chair. I bite into one absent-mindedly. The crunch sounds way too loud in the empty apartment. My thoughts drift back to today. The run in the rain, his words, that smile that felt impossible. I don't get it. How could someone carry so much and still laugh like that? I met so many people who, after being crushed by the world, either give up or try and crush the world back, even me. But him, he doesn't do either. He takes what's thrown at him and keeps going, refusing to be either victim or executioner. As if instead of breaking or hardening, he simply chose to keep being himself. How he manages to stay human when everything tries to strip that away. I realize I want to understand him, and strip him. But no, I need to understand him. I catch myself smiling. I shake my head, trying to push away the image of him drenched and laughing like an idiot, but it keeps coming back again and again. By the time I notice, I've already eaten more than half the bag. I sigh, get up and leave it on the table before heading to my room. I think I would benefit from getting a pet. I change clothes before collapsing onto the bed like a starfish. I close my eyes and the last thing I hear before sleep takes me is his laughter, echoing in my head. End of day 1. Day 2 is still in development. That was so good. God, the scare got me so bad. My god, I'm gonna go back and get all the other choices though, because I want to see what happens when we pick all the other options. But yay, that was so fun. Okay, now that we're back here, we'll do this one. I have to stop the silly argument. Hey, enough! You two look like little kids arguing like this. No, not even little kids argue like this. What the hell is wrong with you? Yandere, do you really think he was just passing here by chance? He doesn't look trustworthy. What if he was following you? Oh, I highly doubt it. I'm sure he's fine. Wow, you got quite the imagination. Ever thought of using it for something less stupid? You could try keeping your mouth shut for once instead of sticking your nose where it doesn't belong. You. Leah, this is ridiculous. Even for you, Rin's right. You need to calm down. And you. Rin tilts his head and looks at me with innocent eyes, like a little dog about to be scolded. Don't you think you're a bit too old to be playing along like this? That's what you call me trying to defend myself. How hurtful, Yandere. I let out an annoyed sigh. This is useless. Leah falls silent. For a moment, I think she'll keep yelling, but she doesn't. I was just trying to protect you, Yandere. You don't get it. Why don't you ever get it? Her lips tremble and when her eyes fill with tears. I realize Rin wasn't entirely wrong after all. She brings her hand to her face as if she wants to hide, but it's too late. No. Damn, this is so ridiculous. Her voice cracks. Tears start falling even though she barely seems to notice. I take a deep breath, cursing silently. I didn't want this. Damn it. I move a little closer just enough to be at her level. Leah. I try clumsily to wipe her tears without ruining her makeup too much. I know how hard it is for her to do it. Don't cry here, you draw more attention than we already have. She doesn't respond, but she doesn't move away either, barely shifting. You should breathe, or you're gonna end up having a panic attack in the middle of the street. I say it in the most neutral tone I can manage. I don't want to sound cruel, but I won't pretend everything's fine when it's not. She danced, not lifting her gaze. I breathe again, then something feels off. That feeling. The feeling of someone watching you. I look towards where Rin is, or where he was a moment ago. Did he leave? I scan the place with my eyes, but he's nowhere. I look back at Leah, frowning. She also seems to have noticed Rin's absence. I hope you're happy. Ah, and now you're taking his side. Has he brainwashed you? Or do you think he's just cute enough to defend? I let out a long sigh and run a hand over my face. She definitely hasn't changed one bit. Suddenly I feel a drop fall on my hand, then another, and another. I look up. The grey sky clouds over and in seconds the rain pours down. Great, just what we needed. The rain begins to intensify. The cold wind grows stronger and we both take a step back as the drops hit harder. Oh no, I didn't bring an umbrella. You never bring an umbrella. They didn't match my outfit, you just don't get it. We both run towards the nearby buildings. A dim light guides us to a store with fogged up windows. Above the door, an old sign reads Orpheus's Records. Oh, this is cute. This one right here. That's a Green Day reference. That's the Green Day cover to American Idiot. I push the door open, and a soft chime echoes from the inside, accompanied by a smooth 70s style guitar riff coming from an old speaker. We enter. The smell of old wood and paper surrounds us. The warmth contrasts with the outside humidity. Also the eye here. I believe this is a reference to the kid at the back. We enter. The smell of old wood and paper surrounds us. The warmth contrasts with the outside humidity. What a mess of a day. I shake my hair with my hands, small drops falling to the floor. When I look up, I see Leah scanning the shelves full of records. We're in a vintage vinyl store. I haven't seen one in years. In the town I lived in, there wasn't a single one. I start walking through the aisles looking for a specific section. I don't know why I'm doing it. I'm sure they won't have it, it's too rare a record. But still, maybe, in such a big city, maybe. I crouch in the traditional pub section and run my fingers over the covers. J, K, L, M? No way! I hug the record box against my chest, letting out a long sigh. Suddenly a huge lump forms in my throat and I feel like crying. Here you are. What are you doing on the floor? Leah notices the record I was trying to hide against my chest. It's not that I don't want her to see it, it's just a reflex. She lets out a small laugh. I didn't know you liked these old things. I don't answer, I just get up from the floor, shaking off the dust. Leah starts inspecting the shelf where I found the record until one quickly catches her attention and she picks it up. She runs her fingers over it and slowly her expression changes into something worried. Hey, Yinny? Yeah? I'm sorry. What? For what? For everything. Since we broke up, I had a lot of time to think about everything that happened and what I did. I tilt my head slightly, pretending not to understand. For how I behaved with you. Oh, we were together? Behaved? No, you were just... you. No, Yinny, I was unbearable. I didn't listen. I always wanted to be right. I realized that even though you tried to fix things, I only made it worse. Oh, which one do I pick? Let's do I never wanted you to think that, and then afterwards we'll come back and do the first one. Leah, you don't have to. Yes, I do. I spent so much time thinking you were the problem. That I was the victim, but I wasn't. I think that's why it never worked. I didn't want to listen to what you felt. I only wanted you to be what I needed in that moment. It wasn't that simple, Leah. You gave more than you think. Maybe, but not in the right way. I was always expecting you to be different. Like somehow you magically changed just because I asked you to. And when you didn't, I got angry and blamed you. A heavy silence settles between us, and the music from the old speaker only makes it worse. I just want to apologize. I don't know if it'll mean anything after all this time, but I had to say it. Maybe it helps you more than me. She lowers her gaze and nervously tangles her fingers. After a few seconds, Leah takes a deep breath. But before she can continue, the store bell interrupts her and a cold air rushes in along with the smell of cigarette smoke. A moment later, a rough hand taps my shoulder and I spin around startled. Okay, he's probably here to kill me, but he's kinda hot. Well, goodbye, Edie. Rip, it was nice knowing you. Oh, he's so cute. Facing me, a boy with a heavy aura stares. His deep indigo eyes look completely empty, like of those of someone already dead. And he exhales a thick puff of smoke from a cigarette he holds in his mouth like a lollipop. Excuse me, do you know the buildings on Nakano Street? His voice sends a chill down my spine. God, he's gonna rob me. He's gonna rob the whole store. This is the end. Okay, maybe an overreaction. Maybe we shouldn't judge by his image. I try to say something, but only incoherent stammers come out. I'm a little lost. I ran out of signal when there are no taxis and I need to get there as soon as possible. Do you think you could guide me? Okay, maybe this is when we say no. Why me? The boy raises a brow, like my question is stupid. He blows another cloud of smoke right in my face. Because you're the first person I saw in here. Okay, that's the dumbest lie I've ever heard. There are at least 2 other people browsing records. Not to mention the employees. I stay quiet for a few seconds trying to size him up without being too obvious. Even though his tone is polite, I don't like the way he's looking at me. I could give you directions. No need for me to go with you. I'd rather not get lost again. This is so sus. He's not stupid. He glances at Leah. She's wearing her usual annoyed look, but it's obvious she's scared. Or else she would have already jumped in to argue with him. But if something happens, I don't want her involved. Fine, thanks. Really? I can feel Leah flinch behind me as the boy starts walking towards the door. Oh, I am so screwed. I am Dunyan rings. What are you doing? Have you lost your mind, Yandere? You can't just go off with a stranger at this hour. You know what, for once, Leah has a point. She's right. Do you want your corpse to be the next thing I pick up? It's not like he gave me a choice. There's always a choice. You could say no, you could ignore him, and risk it making a scene if he gets violent in here. I'd rather get him out of the store. That's insane. What if he hurts you? Then at least he won't be in the middle. She pulls a napkin and pen from her bag, scribbles something quickly, and hands it to me. It's my number. Text me when you get home, got it? I stare at the napkin for a few seconds, then take it. Got it. I turn, walk to the counter, and quickly pay for the vinyl before heading for the door. Oh, he's cute though. Took your time, huh? Hey, be more grateful. Sorry, I was paying for the vinyl. I wave the bag in my hand. I've been looking for it for a while. He doesn't answer. Just stares at the bag for a moment before blowing a puff of smoke and walking ahead. After a few minutes, the strong smell of his cigarette starts to get to me. And even though I'm supposed to be leading, it feels like he's the one setting the pace. It's pretty cold, huh? I wonder if it'll rain later. It's nice to sleep when it rains. He's really not going to talk, is he? I scratch the back of my head awkwardly. It's obvious he doesn't want to talk. People who notice him out of the corner of their eyes quicken their pace like they don't want to get too close. He gives off a heavy, almost suffocating aura. We keep walking in silence. The only sounds are his firm steps and the ember flaring each time he inhales. Whose is it? The vinyl. He points at the bag in my hand. Oh, it's called Moon River by Henry Mancini, but sung by a girl named Audrey Hepburn. Never been a fan of old music. Oh, you know what? A friend of mine loves that song. It must have good taste. The boy lets out a short, dry laugh. I can't tell if it's mocking or genuine. When we finally reach the buildings, I stop in front of the entrance and clear my throat, searching for words. Well, here we are. He exhales a puff of smoke and stares coldly at me. His gaze so sharp it feels like he's trying to tear something out of me with his eyes alone. I feel like he knows us. I feel like he might have something to do with us before we moved here and we just don't remember because it seems like at this point in time we are missing a big chunk of memory. God, he's making me anxious. Do you need me to call someone? Or maybe... Before I can finish, he blows a thick cloud of smoke right in my face. Hey! Thanks. He says it low without a shred of warmth, and he turns and walks down the street. Seriously, what an unpleasant guy. As I enter the building, the silence of the long hallway surrounds me. I head towards my door, then I see it. A bouquet of flowers rests against my door wrapped in brown paper, with raindrops slowly sliding down the petals. It's a mix of maroon carnations, red lilies, and red hypericum, with a few eucalyptus branches. Not bad, honestly. I pick it up carefully and inspect it. There's a card tied with a thin ribbon to one of the stems. Hey, sorry I left so quickly. I wanted to walk you the rest of the way, but didn't want to get in the way of you or your friend. Hope you're doing better and don't forget to change those bandages. Take care. Good night. I go in and place the flowers in a vase on the table. Not the first time I've gotten flowers, but for some reason these feel different. I stare at them for a while until sleep catches me and a yawn slips out. I drag my feet straight to my room. I change clothes without much energy and flop onto the bed. Hey, I'm home now. Yandere? Oh my goodness, I was so worried. That guy didn't hurt you, right? No, I'm fine. Are you sure? Don't lie to me. I swear I got back without any trouble. No, you made me suffer this whole time. Don't ever do that again. Sorry. Forget it. Doesn't matter now. Just be more careful. I don't want to lose you again. Get some rest, okay? Good night. Good night. I set the phone aside and curl up on my side under the blankets. Looks like that guy really did just need help and wasn't gonna rob me. Why did I even distrust him so much? Because he was a stranger? Or maybe just because of how he looked? It was obvious even the store clerks didn't want to go near him, even when they saw something off. Even with him smoking inside the store. And at no point was he rude or tired or trying anything else. Maybe next time I shouldn't jump to conclusions so fast. Another yawn escapes me, and then I fall asleep. Good night, Yandere. Alright, time to find some other things. It doesn't matter anymore. Leah, just forget it. It doesn't matter anymore. I don't care anymore. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I just wanted to apologize. Before silent, I didn't think she still carried guilt from the past. That could work in my favor. Wait, what? Oh, no! Leah puts the vinyl back in place and stares at the shelf. Yandere, can I ask you something? I sigh and nod reluctantly, hoping she's not going down the same path again. What are you really doing here? Why do you care? Her breathing shifts slightly. It's nothing. It just seems strange to me. You love that house. It was the only thing that really mattered to you. So now you can't tell me you suddenly decide to leave it for peace of mind. Come on, Kai, you didn't even believe that yourself. I watch her eyes dart back and forth. She's always been a bit anxious, but now she looks scared. Okay, now I really want to know more. Why did she keep calling me Kai? Why did I leave my house? What's worrying you? What? I'm not stupid, Leah. I've seen you looking at me like you're trying to figure something out. And now you're making a big deal about me supposedly deciding to move. What's going on? It's not important. Of course it is. Otherwise you wouldn't be avoiding my question with that look. I lean towards her, lowering my voice. Come on, tell me. It's just, things have happened since I got here. Things like? Her breathing quickens slightly, and after a few seconds she finally speaks. A few days after I arrived, someone contacted me. I don't know how they did it. I don't even know how they knew I was here, but the important thing is... She looks at me again, her hands clasped tightly together. They asked about you. I raise an eyebrow, confused. About me? Yes, they knew we had a relationship, and asked if I now knew where you were. They insisted a lot, and not exactly politely, saying that if I didn't tell them where you were, I'd get in trouble. What did I do? And what did you say? Nothing. I didn't know what to say. I thought maybe they were a scammer or had the wrong person, but now I found you here. So far from where you used to live, and worse, with a name I don't even know the origin of. Leah's hands tremble and her voice grows anxious. Kai, please. I need you to tell me the truth for once in your life. What happened? What did you do? This isn't good. I watch her, calculating my words. I sigh and lower my gaze, letting it carry sadness. A lot happened, Leah. More than you could imagine. Horrible things. Things I just want to forget. And that made me want to start over and leave everything behind. I didn't know. You didn't have to know. Just don't ever call me Kai again. That's not me anymore. My name is Yandere, as I told you before. Okay. I smile faintly as I press the vinyl in my hand. Thanks. I pause and look at her with sadness. Leah, I'm not involved in anything bad. I'd never be capable, and you know it. But if what you're saying is true, then... My voice cracks like I'm about to cry. So? Then I need you to tell me exactly what that person said to you. I can't. I don't want to feel like my life is in danger again. She falls silent. I know she want to ask me 1,000 things now, but after I cut her pathetic attempt to fix things with me, she won't dare interfere with my life. Slowly she nods, thinking she's helping, and begins to speak. After a while, Leah finishes telling me every detail of those calls, which were actually several. The person seemed desperate to know what I'm involved in, and the only lead they found was Leah. Even though they stopped contacting her a week ago, that doesn't reassure me. They could have grown tired of their little investigation. Or maybe they already found what they're looking for. And the rain that trapped us finally stops. The sky is still overcast, but at least we can go out. A relief. The air smells like wet asphalt. And under my boots, water collects in puddles reflecting the streetlights. We walk in silence for a few meters, until Leah lowers her gaze and her eyes stop on my hands carrying the record I bought for an insane price at the store. I realize too late that my shirt sleeve is lifted, exposing the edges of the bandage my neighbor applied. And they were skin-colored, so they weren't obvious at first glance, but unfortunately, Leah has a keen eye. What happened there? Nothing serious. A silly accident. Doesn't look that silly. Leah. I say it as a warning. She understands I won't talk more about it and fall silent again. We walk to a concert where the streets split. I'm gonna be honest, I would also really like to know what happened between us and Leah as well. Hey, Yandere, can I have your number? Honestly, in some way I saw it coming. I don't know how to say no without sounding cruel. I stay silent for a moment before looking the other way. Sure. She immediately takes out her phone and hands it to me as I type my number in without thinking much. I just want this to be over with quickly. Thanks. I just nod. Yeah. See you. She waves goodbye before I can take a few steps towards my apartment. I walk without hurry, dodging puddles and listening to the common echo of the city. Entering the building, the silence of the long hallway envelops me. I move towards my door and then I see it. A bouquet of flowers resting against my door wrapped in brown paper, with raindrops slowly sliding down the petals. It's a mix of maroon carnations, red lilies, red hypericum, some eucalyptus branches. Not bad, honestly. I pick it up and carefully inspect it. There's a card attached to it with a thin ribbon on one of the stems. Hey, sorry I left so quickly. I wanted to walk you the rest of the way, but I didn't want to get in the way of you or your friend. I hope you're doing better, and don't forget to change those bandages. Take care and good night. He's actually so cute. I go in and place the flowers in a vase on the table. It's not the first time I've been given flowers, but for some reason, these feel different. I stare at them for a while until sleep finally catches me and a yawn escapes my mouth. I walk straight to my room, dragging my feet. I change clothes without much motivation and flop down onto the bed. The blankets are cold. I curl under them and look at the ceiling. What Leah told me spins in my mind and I go over every word she said, looking for some pattern or something I might have missed. But sleep simply ends up winning. I wonder if we'll see the other guy. End of day 1. Day 2 is still in development. I want to see more. Okay. Alright, we are back at the start. This time instead of getting up and encountering Rin, we're gonna stay in bed. But yeah, if you're ever confused, I do always put the chapter name up the top here. And also you can always check the description box for timestamps as well. Stay in bed. Fear hits me all at once. I can't move. My heart is racing so fast it feels like it's gonna tear my chest open from the inside. Suddenly I feel dizzy. What do? What the hell am I supposed to do? Do they want money? Do they want to kill me? After everything I've done, I don't even know why I'm surprised. What if they're just playing with me? What if they like seeing me like this, trembling like an idiot? I feel like I have a tendency to panic a lot, but also understandable. My legs won't respond. It's like I've been nailed to the mattress. My mind floods with hundreds of possible scenarios, but they all end in the same. Me, dead. alone. No one would come looking for me. No one would ever know. I squeeze my eyes shut and force myself to stay still. I try to listen to every little sound they make, hoping faintly that at some point, whoever is in my apartment will leave. I mean, if they haven't done something horrible to me yet, there must be a reason, right? The footsteps continue. I hear noises in the kitchen. Are they checking my fridge? Are they gonna steal my lettuce? God, how much things have changed. It feels like hours have passed, though I'm not really sure. I can't even look at the clock. But finally, thank heavens, I hear the front door close. Yay! I launch myself out of bed, and I run like hell's chasing me. Lock, lock, lock! My hand shakes so much I can barely manage it. I exhale sharply. My legs give out and I let myself fall back against the floor. I don't know whether to laugh or cry. Once my vision clears, I notice. What? Why is the living room organized too? Still shaky, I force myself to stand. I approach the table and there's something there. A note. Hey, sorry this was a little strange. I know waking up to a note from a stranger in your apartment isn't exactly ideal. I found you unconscious and bleeding on the floor, so I let myself in to help. I cleaned up a bit and tried to make things a little more comfortable for when you woke up. I also made you something to eat. I wasn't sure what you like, but I hope it gets you some strength back. I understand this might feel like an invasion of your space, and I'm truly sorry if it does, but I couldn't just walk away and leave you like that. By the way, I'm Rin. I live just across the hall. If you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. I'll be keeping an eye out for you. Get some rest and take care. Well, how insightful. I don't want to admit it, but his excuse makes sense. I look around, nothing seems missing, but everything is the same. Not similar, not alike. Exactly how my old house is organized. Maybe we just have the same taste in decoration. Yeah, that must be it. I force myself to nod. I did not overthink it. Even if I wanted to, I really can't come up with any other logical answer. The smell of hot food hits me as soon as I hit the door. It smells really good. On one of the counters is a steaming plate of food, and next to it one of my vases. Inside, placed in water, are my beloved roses. They look pretty good, better than I expected after everything that happened. My gaze drops to the plate of food. This is so cute. Does he still think I'm a little kid, or does he just cook like this? The smell is incredibly tempting, but it's not normal. Well, nothing's really normal since I woke up. I don't know how safe it is to eat something a stranger who broke into my house prepared. What if it's poisoned? I rest my elbows on the counter, scanning for any sign of rat poison or drugs instead. But something stabs at my chest. How long has it been since someone's cooked for me? 6 years? 7? Maybe more. I don't even remember the taste of something made for me. All that comes to mind is disgusting reheated canned soup. My stomach hurts, but I don't know if it's from hunger or fear. I press my fingers against the ceramic countertop. I stare at the food for a few moments, and without even realizing it, my eyes fill with tears and a lump forms in my throat. I take a deep breath and with a trembling hand bring a bite to my lips. The taste of the food fills me with warmth. It's like a hug in the form of food. I feel like I've tasted something like this before. I close my eyes, trying to dig deep into my mind for that memory. My hands are frozen, the tip of my nose burning from the cold. I saw something blurry, though I didn't know if it was from the icy wind or the tears that refused to let fall. It definitely wasn't a good day. I didn't want to go home like this. I didn't want Mom to see me in this state. I knew she would get mad as always. So I came here. Here, everyone is kind, loving and full of care. A love they don't hesitate to share just to see you happy. Or at least that's what he tells me. I sigh, letting the vapor of my breath rise into the cold air. It didn't take long as always. He really had kind of a gift for finding me. Is that foreboding? Are we talking about Rin because now he's found us again? A voice reached me, warm and urgent, but I couldn't quite make out what it just said. I just felt my chest tighten, like something inside me wanted to respond but couldn't find the words. I finally found you. Where were you hiding? Did something happen? His calm voice made me crumble, as if just hearing him made me feel like I was finally home. He approached without hesitation, and before I could say anything, he slid his white scarf around my neck. Your hands are freezing, he murmured, taking my fingers in his and rubbing them gently. How long were you out here? It's too cold, what if you get sick? I could see his worried eyes through my messy hair. I didn't respond, just lowered my gaze, feeling the warmth of his hands wrapping around mine. You don't have to tell me what happened if you don't want to, just, I don't like seeing you like this. The warm, tender tone in his voice only made me want to cry more. You know, no matter how hard your day has been, you should never let anyone take your beautiful smile away. This is Red when he was younger, right? And if you ever feel like crying, let it only be for something truly worth it. Because no one, not even me, deserves to be the cause of your pain. You're stronger than you think. You just get lost in the noise of your thoughts. I'm not. Yes, you are. You're strong, you're brilliant. And even if you sometimes forget, I never will. And no matter what happens, I'll stay by your side to remind you as many times as necessary. His hand gripped mine tightly, as if trying to anchor me to reality, to him. And for a moment, the world stopped feeling so cold. If you ask someone what's the first thing that comes to mind when they hear the word love, they'll probably say something like hearts, butterflies, rings, the color red or roses. That's normal, I guess. After all, since we were kids, we were taught to see it that way. We see it in movies and books and songs. And it's not wrong. In a way, it's comforting to think that love looks that beautiful, that it can even feel tangible. But there are also people who answer with their favorite food. Some 80s rock band, their pet, or someone's name. And the person they love. more than anything in the world. My face and clothes are completely covered in dirt and mud. At least it's a feeling I've already grown used to. With one last look, I make sure all my roses are properly planted. It's not that they're different, they're the same ones I brought them with me. Roots and all. But here they look more faded. I've never seen them like this before. I know. I miss our home too. But I promise we only moved for your sake. Maybe with some fertilizer they'll perk up. Though it might take me a while to get it. I'm sorry. At that right moment, last night's incident crossed my mind. I still feel incredibly sad about my poor Rose. But I don't want to cry anymore. And I know no matter how hard I try, there's nothing left to save. The silence in the garden feels heavier than usual. Someone's watching me. Without lifting my head, I scan my surroundings with my eyes. It isn't hard. A couple of floors up behind the window, a small silhouette peeks out through some worn pink curtains. A child. When they notice my gaze, the shadow clumsily vanishes, slamming the curtain shut. What curious neighbors. I get up, carefully brushing the dirt from my clothes, making sure not to soil my bandages. I don't have much else to do. So after checking for the 100th time that everything's fine in the garden, I head into my apartment to change clothes. Okay, I'm gonna skip ahead to here because it was the same initial encounter with Leah, except Rin doesn't appear this time, and she asks us for our number here. So I think we branch off from her at this point. See, she waves goodbye before I've taken more than a few steps in the opposite direction. I can feel her gaze burning into my back as I walk away. I start walking through the park where the cold air fills my lungs. Somehow it feels like it's trying to drag away and carry off the rot. Though I'm sure that's impossible. Little by little, more people start to appear. Some couples, a few kids running, and a dog or two playing fetch. And the park is bigger than I thought. I keep walking aimlessly, and without thinking much, I push through some bushes, even though the branches scratch my arms a bit. Oh, this is so pretty. Oh, how pretty. A small crystal clear lake cuts through the park with no fence around it. I walk closer, carefully so I don't slip on the small slope and sit in one of the trees, making sure not to dirty my clothes too much. Here I can't see the stars. Not like in my old town, but the thousands of lights from the building. They're pretty beautiful. The reflection in the water ripples softly. The city lights dance across the surface in these colorful little sparks, and it almost feels like the lake is some kind of upside-down sky. As my eyes wander over each sparkle, a butterfly flutters by just a few centimeters from my face. I frown. How strange. There shouldn't be any butterflies at this hour. Its wings are an impossible blue, so vibrant they look like a tiny star. It moves clumsily, as if it's tired or lost. I watch as it drifts slowly towards the water. Without taking my eyes off, I stand and follow. There's something hypnotic about the way it floats. But just before it reaches the water, when I'm only a couple of steps from the edge, I freeze. My reflection isn't fully there on the surface. A knot tightens in my stomach, forcing me to step back. That was weird. I lift my gaze, searching for the butterfly. It flutters slowly just above the lake. Then for no reason it lowers and sinks. A few seconds later its body floats back up, upside down, dead. Interesting. Yeah, you know what? This all feels very foreboding and ominous. I think we should go home right now. I stay there a while longer watching its tiny lifeless body, but every few minutes the cold creeps more insistently through my clothes. My phone vibrates in my pocket. I pull it out but my fingers are stiff from cold. Unknown number. Hey, it's Leah. Did you make it home? I hope so. I was thinking, if you're free tomorrow, do you want to grab some coffee? Just to catch up a bit. I let out a sigh and slip my phone back into my pocket without answering. I don't feel like talking. I better head back. I don't know how safe this place is and I don't want to find out the hard way. I start walking back along the path I think I came from. I don't want to freak out yet, but the bushes don't look the same as when I got here. Were they always this tall? Oh, never mind. It's a city. Whatever path I take, I should eventually end up on the main street. I leave the park through a different exit. I start going deeper little by little, but now everything feels emptier and quieter. No elegant buildings, no families walking their dogs, just graffitied walls and trash everywhere. I turn one corner, then another. I have a bad feeling about this. I head into a narrower street flanked by old buildings that seem to lean slightly towards me. Where the hell am I? I keep walking. The buildings get lower and dirtier, and the lights grow scarcer. Nothing feels familiar. I don't recognize this street, or the one before, or the one before that. Keep going straight. I turn around and keep walking. At least there's someone there, maybe they're not too bad. The sky's getting darker and the silence grows suffocating. No matter how hard I try, I can't help but hear my footsteps, way too loud. Keep going straight. I turn again. Haven't I already been here? No, that graffiti's different. My breathing grows shallow and I see cold smoke escaping from my lips. My hands are frozen from the cold, but I'm sweating. Go straight again. I keep walking. The street gets narrower and narrower. The streetlights don't work anymore, and trash piles up along the edges and every shadow seems to move. I don't know which way I turned. It doesn't matter. I just need to get out of here now. Damn it, again? I've seen that damn sign 3 times already. My heart races, but I don't stop. I pick up speed faster and faster. I need to get out of here. Great, just what I needed. The damn pressure on the back of my neck, I hate it so much. Someone's watching me. I quicken my pace until I start running. The stench of garbage is unbearable, and I can barely see anymore. I can hardly make out shapes. Oh no, this is where I die. No. Damn it, a dead end. Calm down. I just need to go back the way I hear a crack behind me. I turn around as fast as I can. Oh no, A shoe slams into my back with brutal force, throwing me against the wall like I weigh nothing. The impact rattles through my bones and I fall to my knees. Pain tears me apart. I feel my organs being crushed, something boiling inside me. Get up. Get up, damn it. I try to stand, but my vision blurs and everything spins. I throw a punch. The dark figure dodges it easily with some damn unnatural agility. I can't see clearly, but the build looks male, and there's a stench of cheap cigarettes. It was the guy from before, the orange-haired guy. Before I can react, a heavy hand violently grabs my hair. Ow! Hey! The wall shatters my thoughts. I can't move anymore. I stay on my knees watching my blood slide down the wall. I can't think, I can't breathe. My nose is bleeding. It feels like my head is going to explode. It hurts so much. If I don't tear it off now, it's going to blow. And then I hear it. The guy just cocked a gun. I feel the cold metal press against the back of my head. Who are you? Maybe we should answer and then we'll stay silent next time. His question hits me like a bat. My eyes glaze over and all the anger I felt dissolves from my body as fast as it came. No, I don't know. That's not a valid answer. A faint metallic click rings in my ears. I'm sorry. I'm a foreigner. I just moved here. I'm speaking so fast I can barely understand myself. I feel like I'm going to throw up from the anxiety. Listen, if you let me go, I promise I won't tell anyone. Please. My voice cracks. The knot in my throat is choking me. Get up. 5 blocks from here. Turn left. There's a big park. You're going to run there as fast as you can. If you look back, I'll kill you. Got it? What? Is he really letting me go? With my heart in my throat, I nod as best as I can. Now get lost. His voice thunders in my ears like a bomb. My feet move on reflex, and I do what he said. I start running as fast as I can just to get away from that place. My feet slam clumsily against the ground, splashing through puddles, trash, and cracks. My breathing shatters like I'm swallowing glass. I don't know if I'm really getting away or just running in circles again, but I don't look back. I can't look back. A part of me wants to, as if I could easily confirm that it's over, but something stops me. Something stronger than fear. I need to live. I still have to live. The alleys start to widen and I start to see trees and lights in the distance. My body wants to collapse, and just when I think I'm about to fall to my knees, a warm white light floods me. A street lamp. Grass. People. I'm saved! My legs finally give out. I let myself drop onto the grass with a dull thud, not caring if I get covered in mud or if anyone's watching. I'm alive. That's the only thought in my head. And for some reason it makes me smile. And then it starts to rain. First lightly, then harder. The drops feel icy like the sky is spitting on me after sparing my life. But I don't move. I don't want to move. Suddenly the drops stop falling, but only above me. Oh, hi! You're so cute! Why does it look like he's been crying? God, how'd you end up like this again? I'm sure it's only been a couple of hours. You really look like a little kid. Leave you alone for a while and you're already rolling in the mud. What? I freeze. My muscles scream at me to get up and run. But something in his voice pins me down. Something in his gaze disarms me. Do I know you? You forgot me that easily, how sad. And to think we shared such a special night. What? What the hell is this lunatic talking about? You should see your face, relax, I'm just kidding. Nice to finally meet you awake. Neighbor? Oh, him. He's the one who broke into my apartment. The one who bandaged me and moved everything. What's his name again? Rin. Well, so you did read the note. Why wouldn't I have? No special reason. Just thought maybe you're the type distracted enough not to notice it. He pauses, watching me silently for a moment. The rain drums against the umbrella. Honestly, I imagine the next time I saw you, I'd say something like, I'm glad to see you're doing better. But anyway, maybe we should save that for next time. He looks me up and down with a touch of concern. Does anything hurt? Besides your pride, of course. Hey! Well, then physical pain, 1 to 10. 15. He reaches for my forehead and gently brushes a strand of hair aside to see it. A chill runs down my spine. I had completely forgotten. That guy earlier smashed my head against the wall. God, if this keeps up, I'll end up with a brain hemorrhage. Did you hit your head again? I don't want to talk about it. I'm sorry. It's my fault. I shouldn't have left you alone when I didn't even know if you were okay. I was an idiot. I thought that... I'll take you home. Can you stand? I don't know. My head hurts a lot. That's a no. Oh, plan B then. Can you hold this? He hands me the umbrella without thinking. I take it. Yeah, I sure do take it. Rin slips an arm around my back and the other under my legs, lifting me like I weigh nothing. Wait, I'm fine. I can walk. Sure, and I'm Batman. I glare at him annoyed. Oh, sorry. I know you're capable, but I don't want to risk you getting hurt again. You get that, right? Fine, let's just go. He lets out a small sigh of relief at my surrender. As you wish, neighbor. My name's Yinny. A lovely name. Nice to meet you, Yinny. His warm, calm voice disarms me. The heat of his body against mine contrasts with my own cold. And it feels nice. Resigned, I adjust my grip on the umbrella and hold it above us like a small roof as he starts walking. The door closes behind us. Finally seeing the warm light of my apartment, it calms me. Rin gently sets me down on the couch as if afraid I might break. Stay here. Well, not like you can go anywhere. I frown. Sorry. He quickly escapes my reach before I can react. He moves around the apartment like it's his own, finding everything without asking, and soon hands me a towel. As I dry my hair, my eyes stay fixed on him. His wet white hair, the glint of his red eyes, the precision of his hands. I've never seen someone truly albino before. Only in movies, and even those aren't real. Rin, on the other hand, looks like some kind of porcelain doll. Even with his makeup smudged from the rain, his pale skin seems to shine like glass. I didn't think about it earlier, but if he had an umbrella, why is he wet too? Lift your head a little. Like that. Slowly, he starts peeling away the soaked bandages heavy with rain and blood. It hurt like hell. Is it really bad? Well, it's not the ugliest wound I've seen. I'm gonna kill you. You'll be fine in a couple of days, don't worry. I don't know what to say. I just watch him finishing adjusting the last bandage. Is it okay or did I leave it too tight? No, it's fine. Thanks. Good. Wait a moment, I'll get something. I quickly watch Rin disappear into the kitchen. I slump back and close my eyes. What the hell am I doing? I was almost killed not long ago. And now there's some guy I don't even know walking around my house like it's his. What if he's a psychopath? Maybe he's just waiting for the perfect moment to smash my head in with a bat. Or who knows what insane thing he'll demand in return for helping me. How did I end up in this mess? What if I say I have a terminal illness? Would he leave? No, the crazy one here is me. Suddenly I'm pulled from my thoughts. Something covers me, a blanket, and the smell of something warm and heavy. Rin reappears, sits on the floor in front of me and sets a cup on the table. You get lost in thought a lot, huh? I guess. I'm just not used to this. To what? Being taken care of? Yeah, or having a stranger walk into my house like it's nothing. Well, the second one does sound weird, I'll admit that. What's in it? The cup? Tea. Just tea? I didn't have cyanide, if that's what you're hinting at. Sorry, it's just that you show up out of nowhere, help me without asking and take care of me like it's nothing. Brief tiny water break with little cat. Oh god. Okay, break's over, I guess. Well, back to this. You show up out of nowhere, help me without asking, take care of me like it's nothing. Maybe for me it's nothing. I look at the cup, hesitant. Is it really okay to drink something given to me by a stranger? I try to inspect the tea discreetly. Hey, do I really look like someone who poisons people? He caught me. I awkwardly look away. Forget it, don't answer. I don't want him to pick up the pieces of my heart off the floor. I can feel his eyes fixed on me. God, he's definitely upset. What do I do now? I'm sorry. You're wise. You don't get carried away easily. You know when to be cautious. In a way, you know how to look after yourself. With a faint sigh, he gives me a small smile full of tenderness and nostalgia. Even though you're trembling inside, you're still trying to do what's right. That says a lot about you. And what do you think it says? That you're a brave and charming person. He gently offers me the cup again. Drink it while it's still warm. Sometimes taking care of yourself also means accepting what others offer. Decline, and then I'll accept. Decline. Oh no. Oh, I done goofed, haven't I? What the heck? Aw. Accept. Alright. Thanks, Rin. What? Damn it! I take the cup carefully, making sure not to burn myself and finally take a sip. The hot liquid runs down my throat and comforts me more than I want to admit. It's red fruit tea, my favorite. I've got plenty of these packets in the kitchen. How'd you know I like this? I didn't. Just a hunch. He gives a faint smile as if it's nothing, and shifts to sit more comfortably on the floor. Your makeup's a little smudged. I know. No need. I'm fine like this, don't worry. His sharp reply leaves me stunned. I don't push it. He lowers his gaze for a moment. A brief silence follows. Then Rin speaks again, his voice low, almost casual. So you're not going to tell me what happened to you, are you? My eyes drift to the warm cup in my hands. It wasn't a big deal. I just got a little lost trying to come back here and... I don't know, I guess I wandered somewhere I shouldn't have. Maybe some gang's turf or something like that. I'm not sure. It doesn't seem like it's the first time that's happened to you. Is it that obvious? Usually people come out a bit more shaken from things like that. I see. Did you also get lost a lot before? I mean, where you used to live? No, not really. I lived many years in my old town. I knew every corner like the back of my hand. So you didn't get lost, but you still ended up in places like that, did you? My lips stay sealed, and we fall silent for a few seconds. I get it. He stares at me a moment longer, then stretches and calmly stands up. Alright, you ready to survive the night now? I'll head back to my apartment so you can rest. Hey, Rin, thanks. Don't thank me. Anyone would have done the same. He walks to the door, but just before his hand reaches the knob, he speaks again with a hint of hesitation. Hey, Yinny, do you remember anything about the guy who attacked you? Not much. It was pretty dark. I could barely make out a silhouette. I try to recall a bit more. He wasn't very tall, almost my height, and he reeked of cigarettes. Oh no. Rin definitely knows him. Why? Do you have any ideas? No, sorry, nothing special. Whenever you want to go that far again, let me know. I'll come with you, alright? Yeah, thanks. Before leaving, he stops and throws me one last smile. If you die, I'm not going to your funeral. It depressed me, so don't even think about it. The door closes, and why would I even care if he comes to my funeral or not? Weird. I let out a small laugh as the warm steam from the tea fills my nose. And for the first time since I moved, the silence doesn't feel so hostile. With one last sip, I finish and set the cup down on the little table in front of me. I should probably head to bed, but it's so cozy here. I finish, spreading the blanket properly and curl up underneath it. What a strange day. Me when I just fall asleep on the couch. End of day one. That was interesting as hell. I really need to know what happens and why I seem to have lost a bunch of my memory. And why did Leah call me Kai? And I have so many questions, but all of them are good ones. So, looking through the galleries, We're missing one CG, so we're gonna go back and try and get that. For this one, we end up getting the memory. This, which terrified the hell out of me. But I'm pretty sure this is Rin when he was little. And the butterfly lake. And then we've also got Leah. I don't think she has any just yet. And this mysterious person, which we got in the record store. Alright, so let's try and go get that last CG. Okay, well, we're back here. This time we're gonna stay silent. I have a feeling he's gonna murk me. I stay quiet. My throat tightens completely. Fear squeezing my chest so hard I can't force out a single word. My breathing turns ragged, trembling. My legs refuse to move. Good. Thanks for making it easier. I don't have time to react. I feel the cold barrel press against the back of my neck. What the hell? I didn't even do anything! The world tilts, and I collapse like a rag doll. A strange warmth spreads from where the bullet hit. Blood fills my mouth and I cough, choking on it. Bad ending. Scum. What the hell? I didn't even do anything. Okay, starting from back here. This time, I'm gonna say that you're right, you're pretty rude. Leah's someone important to me. And beyond that, you shouldn't talk like that to someone you barely know. I feel so bad. Cause like, Leah was definitely the hostile one. Oh no. Oh no. She really means that much to you. I'm sorry. It won't happen again. Good. But you should apologize to her, not me. I feel bad. I understand. If that's what you want, I'll apologize to her. He doesn't look at me when he says it. His voice sounds calm, but I can't really tell what he's thinking. It's hard to say if he's sincere, or if he's just saying what he thinks I want to hear. I just hope he means it, because I really can't stand liars. And the cold grows harsher, the wind blowing harder. I can feel it sneaking through my clothes, making me shiver. Are you cold? No, not really. Really? With all that shivering, you look like you're about to turn into jelly. Okay, fine. Maybe I'm a little cold. Without another word, Rin takes off his jacket and hands it to me. What are you doing? I don't want you catching a cold. Besides, if it rains before we get there, it'll help you more than me. Come on, don't make that face, Yinny. You made me think no one's ever cared about you. Or is that true? This question takes me by surprise and my body tenses abruptly. No one's ever cared about me. No one ever has. Something twists inside me. Something hurts. That sound scares me every single time. It sounds so horrible. My vision warps like the world is tilting. There's not enough air, my legs give out and everything falls apart. But before I hit the ground, a pair of arms catch me awkwardly. Yinny! He holds me just in time. One arm around my back, the other gripping my arm. I feel a warm tremble between his breath and mine. What's wrong? His eyes scan me from head to toe, fast and full of concern. I'm fine, just dizzy. Sorry. I try to steady myself, but my legs feel strange, like they've forgotten how to hold me up. Take it slow. You just sit down for a bit. I'm fine, it was just dizziness. I want to keep going, I'll feel better at home. Rin stares at me in silence for a few seconds. Then he nods. Though it's obvious he'd rather not. I take the jacket hesitantly, but as soon as I put it on, the warmth wraps around me instantly. A relieved sigh escapes my lips. A soft fragrance surrounds me too. I adjust the sleeves. It's pretty big on me. Thanks. Don't mention it. We walk in silence for a few minutes until we find a small roof by a vending machine. Just in time, the first drop starts falling, tapping softly against the pavement. Rin slips some coins into the machine and after a few seconds, a can drops out. I catch it on reflex. Okay, I'm gonna skip forward a bit to the next choice, because it's pretty much the same as what we experienced prior. Okay, here we are. I picked this one at first, which gave us the happy ending with him. I'm gonna choose this one this time, and I feel really bad. Couldn't you change it? Just a little. But if it bothers you, couldn't you try changing it? Don't you think so? I mean, I know it's not that, but it really seems like you're trying to stand out on purpose. That's so mean. I don't mean it's entirely your fault. You didn't choose to be born like this, but I don't think you're helping yourself too much. Oh no, Oh, I feel like a dick. What do you mean? Nothing. It's not like it's bad. I'm just saying maybe you could make an effort to hide that part of you that bothers people so much. I refuse to accept this. This is not my main playthrough. This is a bonus scene. After we reload, this never will have happened. Maybe dye your hair a more natural color, wear contact lenses. Or if you don't like those, you could try sunglasses. Your clothes aren't bad, maybe just wear less flashy colors. You know, more normal things. Oh, I feel so awful. I feel so bad. I don't really know much about this, honestly. But I'm sure if I ask Leah for a favor, she'll agree. Even if reluctantly. I think it would be good if you're more understanding about how others feel. More understanding. And if so many people think the same, maybe they're not entirely wrong. This is awful. Rin just turns his head, and I can't see his face anymore. What's wrong? Did I say something that bothers him? Yeah, you hurt him. Maybe I was a little harsh, but I didn't say anything that wasn't true. Ouch! I don't get it. If he hates how others see him so much, why doesn't he try and look different instead of just complaining? God, this is what I get for trying to help. He still won't look at me. And little by little I notice a faint smell carried on the icy wind. A smell of iron. I see Rin quickly bring one of his hands to his face and hide it at his side. Oh, the poor bub. It's getting kind of late. We better head back. This place gets dangerous after a certain hour. The way back feels much longer than it really is, or at least longer than I remember. Rin hasn't said a word. Except when I ask him directly, but even then he answers in such a low voice I barely hear him. After a while, I stop talking too. We just walk surrounded by the streetlights and the sound of our own steps. When we reach my apartment door, I hurry to take off the jacket he lent me. My hands are clumsy, my fingers numb from the cold despite the jacket's warmth. I hold it out to him without looking directly at him. Thanks for walking me back, Rin. Sleep well, Yinny. Without another word, he turns and walks towards the building's exit with the crumpled jacket in his hands. Doesn't stop. Doesn't look back once and finally disappears around the corner. I hate this. I stay at the entrance feeling the cold air seep through the collar of my shirt. I still can't move. I feel strange. Maybe I was too blunt. I didn't mean to make him feel bad. I just wanted to help. I sigh. I close the door carefully, trying to make as little noise as possible. He was the first person who had been nice to me since I arrived and already managed to make him feel bad. I'm such an idiot. Yes, you are. I rub my face, annoyed at myself. Tomorrow, maybe I can apologize. Also, I didn't even ask which apartment he lives in. I smack my forehead with my palm, frustrated. Hopefully, I'll see him around one of these days. The clock sounds unusually loud in the room. It's not that late, but I feel exhausted. I head straight to my room, dragging my feet. I collapse onto the bed without even changing. The blankets are cold. I curl up under them and stare at the ceiling. Some things are just unpleasant to look at. You never really get used to it, you just learn to live with it. My throat tightens. Rin, the albino boy, reaches the foot of a desolate shadowy corner. His steps are sluggish and mechanical as if he's moving on nothing but impulse. Suddenly, the distant slam of a closing door halts him in his tracks. His clouded red eyes lower to the jacket still clutched in his hands. It slips from his grasp and falls to the ground with a sound as soft as a feather. His legs buckle and he lets himself collapse onto the cold floor. You too. You think I'm a monster as well, don't you? I feel horrible. I feel so awful that we made him sad. He's been nothing but nice to us. Oh, I feel terrible. I feel like a dick. Okay, tiny little bonus scenes. I'm gonna enter the Rin's name and see what happens. Oh, you little sweetheart. It's adorable that you actually wonder what would happen if you did that. I just hope that curiosity doesn't backfire on you later. I'd hate for both of us to find out something we'd rather not know. You'll have to try again. Hey, don't feel bad. No matter what name you go by or what form you take in any life, I'll find you. Oh, that's interesting. Let's try Leah. I guess that means you still love me, even if just a little, right? That's a relief. Thank you, darling. But I'm sure we'd run into a few problems if we were called the same, don't you think? Try again. Yay, I'm glad that Leah gets on as well. Well, I believe that's all of the main routes to day 1 of the new version of Bajo Las Rosas. Oh my god, I miss this game so much. Genuinely so much. I think about it so often because it's just so beautiful and intriguing. I'm so happy I got to play the new day 1. Yeah, that was so good. I'm just gonna peep the gallery. Oh, okay. So, okay, from the, this was the one that was missing from the bad ending that we got. It didn't show up in the game, but it unlocked here. I'll probably put it back into the scene once I'm editing, but I feel so bad that we made him so sad and that he's bitten himself to the point where he's bleeding. Yeah, these are so gorgeous. I'm pretty sure we've gotten all the CGs now. Because Leah doesn't have any, but this update has 8 CGs, so we've ticked off 8. Yeah, that was really good. I've been really excited for this one for like quite some time. Because I remember I played the first one a couple months ago, and I think that only had the scene that was in the apartment and nothing past that. So I'm really happy that the developer went back and expanded day 1 and added so many different branches and a lot of different lore that we can now see in the actual game. Because I think like in the beginning when we first played the original demo, I got the inkling that Rin knew who we were and he might have just followed us to this place. And I think now that with this expanded day 1, it's definitely much more apparent that he genuinely knows who we are because we got the memory that shows up. We have the bad jump scare that pops up when he's asking why we left him. And like, he seems to know the people in our past as well. He seems to know the redhead guy who was stalking us. He seems to also know of Leah as well and reacts unhappily when we mention that we still care about her or show any signs of caring about her. So that's like very interesting to me. Because if we look on the actual game page, and we check under the spoiler warning tab. I also have a timestamp in the top right if you don't want to hear this next little section. So we look at the spoiler warnings. It says one of the warnings is possession, manipulation, and cruel MC. Not to mention the general warnings are questionable ethics and morally ambiguous choices, graphic violence, blood, gore, and murder, and psychological distress and trauma. So I'm thinking MC must have done something for the redhead guy to maybe be coming after them, right? Because the redhead guy definitely knows who we are. And even Leah, who was like calling us a different name before. So I don't know what's happening. It's either we lost part of our memory because of the trauma, or there is something up with the possession thing. Like maybe we have been possessed by something Because throughout the day one, there are like certain instances in which we react quite unhealthily to certain stimuli. Elroy's dying, and just like the immediate reaction to the stranger as well in the record store, even though he hadn't done anything yet. I still think our reaction to Rin is pretty reasonable. He was in our apartment, but just like being so upset about the rose to the point where we like hurt ourselves and like knock ourselves out against the wall. Something is genuinely very, very strange about that. But yeah, the writing is so incredibly intriguing. I had a wonderful time finding out all the different choices and all the different paths that we could go. I love that Rin had so many paths that we could come back to him, including a bad ending as well, where we see a different side of him, which is very, very sad. I felt so bad when we were saying those awful things to him. I also loved how we could also go off with Leah, find out a little bit more about her, and then we also had 2 ways to encounter the red-haired guy, because I'm pretty sure it's him that attacks us in the alley. And as always, the art is incredibly gorgeous, and the music is so pretty as well. Like, I feel like everything blends together and almost gives it like kind of like an Alice in Wonderland-y kind of Queen of Hearts vibe. I adore the design for Rin so much. I think the red paired with the white stands out like super gorgeously against his skin tone and his hair and his overall vibe. Leah is also really cute, and also the strange red hair guy as well. I really like his design too. I wonder if like the tattoos that he has, like the markings, has any significance. Like maybe it's like a demonic possession mark, I don't know. There's a lot of questions that I want answered, but I'm gonna wait very patiently while the developer works on day 2, because they are a solo dev, and obviously making a game is such a big task, so I'm gonna extend all of my support to them as much as I can, and I highly encourage everybody to download this game and check it out and play it for themselves, because it genuinely is such a masterpiece. And I feel like the more updates that come out, like the more subsequent days we get to play, this is gonna be a really, really good story that we do not want to miss, and I think it's going to be incredible. But thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. And if you did, I would love to hear your thoughts about Rin. Do we think he's good? Do we think he's bad? Or maybe just in the middle at the moment? But yeah, let me know in the comments below. And also, if you like this video, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next part of this wonderful game. And if you'd like to support the channel, I have my Patreon linked in the description box below, which will get you access to exclusive content such as playthroughs, extra scenes, and art. But support is absolutely not mandatory, just very appreciated. Anyway, thank you so much again. And until the next fictional man, take care.